Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome back to the World Series here in the New Orleans Kings franchise. 3-0 series lead for your Kings over the 99-win Dodgers. In game number 4, we will trot out Alex Wood and put together our best offensive lineup. We have Moncada in the 2-hole, Santana, Cave, and Brantley right behind him, along with Scooter Gennett. Last game, we decided to try to be better defensively by giving Scooter a break at second base. He is inserted back into the lineup to face Dinelson Lamet, who really is having a terrible playoff. He has a 12 ERA, 2.67 whip, 10 strikeouts, and 9 walks. Can we complete the sweep here in game number 4? Let's check it out. Justin Thompson leading us off. He's only hitting about 200 here in this series, but he starts it out with a walk. So now we have a man on first base to lead off this game 4. They know the Dodgers are going to come with their best game. Moncada gets a pitch to hit over the middle of the plate, and he goes up the box. It gets through the infield, and Justin Thompson advances all the way to third base. And now we have guys on the corners here to start out game number 4. That brings up Carlos Santana, 3 home runs in the postseason, and he swings, and this one's driven deep. It's got carry. It's gonna be gone. Over the fence in right field, 409 feet. That was smoked. Carlos Santana, how about him in the 3-hole? Ever since we put him there in the playoffs, he has been dominant at the plate, and that one gives us an early lead here in game number 4. So this inning still has no outs. That brings up Jake Cave to the plate. He hits a grounder to first, and that one is fielded and thrown to first for the first out of the inning. That brings up Scooter, who's hitting .353 in the playoffs, over 1,000 OPS, and he hits one right back to Lamet, and that one will be the third out. But what a lead to play with here for Alex Wood on the mound. He's 2-0 here in the postseason. 119 whip. He's actually doing pretty great so far. And now he gets to face this Dodger lineup for the first time. Starling Marte leads us off for the Dodgers. Strike 3 looking. Jacob Amaya, who's playing first base, I believe, this game. Ground ball to short. Pena. And that's the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up Cody Bellinger to the plate, hitting over 400 in the playoffs. He gets a pitch on the outside part as a knuckle curve. Strike 3, Alex Wood. 1-2-3 for the Dodgers. So now we move to the top of the second. Here's Alex Wood at the plate this time. He hits a little blooper to center field. It looks like that one will drop in. So Alex Wood getting through the first inning, 1-2-3, and now doing some damage at the plate with that Texas leaguer. So that brings up Justin Thompson, and he check swings on the outside pitch, but the umpire says he goes around. Strike 3 called, and we're through 2 innings. So that moves us to the bottom of the third. Here's Ruiz, the catcher. He goes down the right field line. That one is just fair. It bounces off the wall. Cave comes up throwing to the cutoff man, but the Dodgers start out this third inning with the leadoff double, no outs. That brings up the third baseman, Cody Hosey, who hits one hard to third base, and it gets through past Moncada. It's going to score 1, and the Dodgers are on the board here in the third inning. Still no outs, but Cody Hosey comes through. So that brings up Dinelson Lamet here with the man on first base. He's just going to bunt him over, and it looks like Santana will tag out the pitcher. 1 out here as the top of their lineup does roll over. So that brings up Starling Marte, who hits one hard to right field, right at Cave. And it's going to be the second out of the inning. Cave gets it in quickly, so the runner stays at second base. That brings up Jacob Amaya to the plate, 0 for 1 so far. And it's going to be a ground ball to left side, and it gets past Jeremy Pena. And the runner will be sent from third, and it looks like the throw is not good enough. And that it will be a 3-2 lead. The lead is trimming down here as once the ball gets to left field, Brantley doesn't have the greatest of arm. He's not the greatest fielder either, so runners will always go. That brings up the next batter, Bellinger, but just a fly ball to right field, and we get out of that jam. But the Dodgers get 2 back, and now it's within 1 run. Moving on to the top of the fourth. Here is Pena up to the plate. Ground ball to Hosey. Throw to first. and it's not going to be handled. So, wow. I don't know what's going on with these first basemen that the Dodgers are putting out there, but at least one error each game so far. So here is Alex Wood at the plate, helping himself out again. This one's a blooper to right field, and it drops in. And now guys on the corners here, 2 outs, and Justin Thompson back at the plate. The top of our lineup rolls over once again. Can Thompson come through? Now in a 1-2 count. Runners on the corners. High heat, and he swings and misses. Lamet gets out of that jam. 96 mile an hour, and that was way out of the zone. So that brings up Marcell Ozuna to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning for the Dodgers. Ground ball, and Scooter can't corral it and throw to first in time. And that's the reason why we had Yanni Hernandez at second base in game number 3. So that brings up the next batter, and another hit. So 2 straight hits here. And honestly, at this point, I'm thinking about what I'm going to do in the bullpen now. Ground ball to third, but this time Moncada can't handle it. That was a double play ball. Instead, it's just a force out at third base. So that brings up Ruiz behind the plate. He goes up the box, and it's to right center, and it gets through. And Justin Thompson comes up throwing to the cutoff man, but a run does come in to score. Guys on the corners here with 1 out. It's now a tie ball game. So we decide to go to our bullpen. We're going to just warm up a couple of pitchers here. Keenan Middleton and also Trevor Richards as we go back to the action. Cody Hosey at the plate with 1 out. And we end up walking him to get to the pitcher here, which is Denilson Lamet. And let's see if we can get a double play ball here with 1 out. 1-2 count, outside pitch. And Lamet goes with it all the way to right field. It is caught. But luckily, Cave has a good arm in right field. It holds the runner up. The throw was actually off. But 2 outs. Starling Marte at the plate now. Liner to second. And it is snagged by Scooter. And we get out of that jam without switching pitchers. And now it's a 3-3 game going into the middle innings. So we start out here at the top of the 5th inning. Here is Carlos Santana, who already went deep. And he walks. So now we have a man on first base here. 1 out. That brings up Cave, who swings and misses at a bad outside fastball. It looked like that one was on the corner, but it was just out of the strike zone. Brantley up to the plate now. 3-1 count. He goes to left field, and that one reaches the gap. It's all the way to the wall in left center field. Santana, he's got 21 speed, but we're going to send him here. The throw comes home, and Santana is safe. 4-3. Great slide by Carlos Santana, and clutch hitting from Michael Brantley. Scooter up to the plate now with 2 outs. He hits one hard, and that one gets through. Cody Bellinger is going to come up throwing, though. We're not testing Cody Bellinger's arm. That was a perfect throw, and we held up at third, 4-3. Guys on the corners here. Let's see if Corey Lee can come through. He's been clutch a few times here in the playoffs. A ground ball up the middle, and it's fielded and scooped up and tossed to second base. And now we take the 4-3 lead going into the bottom of the 5th. So that brings us here with no outs. And the Dodgers start out with a little single to center field. And we got to be thinking about our bullpen. But we leave in Alex Wood to face Cody Bellinger, lefty on lefty. And it's a low changeup. So now guys on first and second. And we decide to go to the bullpen. Keenan Middleton comes out. He's the first out of the bullpen. And I want a righty on a righty here to face Marcell Ozuna. And he has been masterful so far in the playoffs. So Ozuna is 1 for 2. Ground ball to third, and Moncada can't handle it. That was another double play ball he botches. Safe all around. Bases loaded. No outs. That brings up Corey Seager. Bases loaded. He goes to left center. That one drops in. It should score 2, maybe 3. Thompson cuts off it, and he throws the ball to the cutoff man. He overthrows him, and it's 2 runs here for the Dodgers. Still no outs in this inning. It's 5-4. Middleton remains on the mound. Kike Hernandez goes deep to center field. Justin Thompson giving chase, and he snags it at the wall. What a grab by Thompson, saving a 3-run homer. A run does come across, but it's only 6-4. That one could have busted this game wide open. Ruiz comes up, and he swings and misses. So 2 outs. Cody Hosey, man on third base, and it's a ground ball back to the pitcher. What a clutch play defensively by Justin Thompson, saving a 3-run home run as we move on to the top of the 6th inning. Keenan Middleton, we're going to bring in a pitch hitter here, and we're going to bring in Raimel Tapia. I thought about a couple of guys in this scenario, but Tapia has been hitting really, really well. So he gets to pitch on a 2-1 count, and he goes to right field. And Pedro Baez is on the mound for the Dodgers now. And we started out with a 1-out single. So Justin Thompson comes to the plate, and he comes through at the plate. And that one knocks off of the wall. Clutch defensively, clutch offensively. It's now a 1-run game. Raimel Tapia is safe. And here we go, 1 out, top of the 6th. In the middle of our lineup is due up next. That brings up Moncada, who has been absolutely on a tear. He hits one to the left side, and it gets past Seager. Thompson's got speed. He's going to try to score, and he does. It is now a 6-6 game. How about these two teams battling here in game number 4? As now Santana, who's already went deep in this game, is up to the plate, and he watches one low. That's his second walk of the day, as that brings up Jake Cave hitting in the 4 spot. This is a tough lineup to face. Here he gets an outside pitch, and it's just on the corner, called strike 3. Baez gets out of that one, as that brings up Michael Brantley here with 2 outs, 3-2 count. Man on first and second, and it's just a pop-up here in the infield. And now it's 6-6, headed into the bottom of the 6th inning. So now that we pinch hit Raimel Tapia, we have to bring in a pitcher out of the bullpen, where we bring in Trevor Richards. Only has appeared in 1 or 2 games so far this postseason. Here we go, facing the first batter, and that is going to be a strikeout there, Jose Martinez. He goes down looking. And now with 2 outs, I believe that was Ruiz at the plate, and he goes to right field. And now that brings up Cody Bellinger here with 2 outs, and he just hits a pop-up here to shallow left field, and Jeremy Pena is under that one for the 3rd out of the inning. So they bring in Hector Neris out of the bullpen to face Corey Lee out of here in the 7th inning, and he goes to center field. That one is a hit. So Corey Lee, how about him? I mean, he hit terrible in the regular season. He's actually been hitting pretty clutch here in the playoffs. That brings up Jeremy Pena, but it's just a line out this time to Bellinger. And now with 2 outs here in the inning, our pitcher comes up once again, Trevor Richards. So we're going to pinch hit, and I honestly don't know who I'm going to hit here. I thought about Florio. I thought about Reese McGuire as well, and Yanni, because Yanni's been hitting really, really well. But I'm going to bring in Corey Dickerson, maybe somebody a little different, because he has not seen this Dodger pitching at all, and he has really been hitting terribly since joining the Kings. So he watches an inside pitch here, now 3-2 count, 2 outs, pitch over the middle, and he makes the pitcher pay. Corey Dickerson comes through off of the bench. You've got to be kidding me. The most unlikely hero here late in this game. A guy that got benched for Michael Brantley, also for Raimel Tapia, and Dickerson comes through 8-6 here in the late innings here in this game, in game number 4. That is just incredible. So we move on to the bottom of the 8th inning now. Orlando Reyes comes out of the bullpen. Actually, the bottom of the 7th, as Marcell Ozuna is up at the plate. Ground ball to short. Pena, strong throw to first. It's 1 out. Kike Hernandez up to the plate, who got robbed of a home run earlier. He hits a lazy fly ball to left, and that one gets us out of the 7th inning. So we move on to the top of the 8th. Let's see if our offense could add a little insurance. Jake Cave at the plate. He hits one deep to right field. It's got Carey and another home run. How about this team? Just all types of insurance runs in this series. It's been happening in every single game. We've needed insurance runs just to give us that extra little cushion. In every single game, we've added a run in the 7th inning or less, at least one. And now we move on to the bottom of the 8th. Now with a 9-6 lead, we leave Orlando Reyes in this game, and he gives up a hit here with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. So the top of the lineup comes back up. Here is Starling Marte, who has been pretty cold here in the World Series. He goes to center field and it drops in. Just the perfect hit he needed to get him off of this slump. And now, guys, on the corners here, we decide to go to our bullpen and bring in our all-star, our best reliever, Ryan Stanek. Has not given up a run here in the postseason. 8 strikeouts, 1 walk. That brings up Jacob Amaya to the plate, and he's watching 1 low. So bases loaded, and look who it is. Maybe the best hitter in baseball up. Bases loaded, 3-1 count here for Cody Bellinger. So now 3-1, outside pitch, and it's a walk. Stanek walks a run in, and that will make it 9-7. I'd rather have Marcell Ozuna up than Bellinger, to be honest. That brings him up, and he flies out right to Corey Lee at home plate, and we allow 1 run, but honestly, that's better to walk in a run than give up a hit. So we move into the bottom of the 9th inning. Corey Seager at the plate, and he goes deep. It's a home run. The Dodgers will not go away. 443 feet. That was crushed by Corey Seager, and it's now 9-8. But we just decide to stick with Ryan Stanek. Kike Hernandez at the plate. He swings and misses. We trust Stanek to get us out of this situation more than Brad Hand, our closer. That brings up Ruiz, who's behind the plate, 2 for 4 in this game. Pop up to Moncada, make it 2 outs. We are 1 out away from a World Series victory. That brings up Cody Hosey, the third baseman, 1 for 3, and he swings and misses. The Kings win the World Series here in season number 4. What a journey it's been for this team. I mean, there's been so much that has happened in this organization. You got to think about it. In season 1, we did pretty bad. In season 2, we went to the ALCS, but we pretty much got run out of town versus the White Sox. And then in season 3, we didn't even make the playoffs. And now in season 4, a Moncada trade, a signing in the offseason that was very, very unexpected in Joe Musgrove. We decided to pass on Jose Barrios and went with Joe Musgrove. It ended up paying off. We ended up re-signing Carlos Santana. We extended Jay Cave, and we brought in maybe one of the World Series heroes, Corey Dickerson, out of free agency, who didn't make a big impact, but you just saw a pinch hit home run in game number 4. Wins it for the Kings. Now that will actually conclude this season and this series. It's been an awesome run, and it's just a perfect storm. We ended the series with the World Series win, and this team I am so proud of. It's only a 4-season series. I know some of you guys will be upset, but you got to understand it's just a whole lot of work doing all of this and getting all 3 series going with the River Cats, the Kings, and also the Jets. It's a ton of work, but it's been fun here in this series. Now, surprisingly, Corey Dickerson takes home the World Series MVP after 1 at-bat. He hits a home run and gets the MVP. I mean, that is crazy, but I mean, well-deserved for him. I think other guys could have gotten it too. But how about Moncada? He finally gets his trophy. He should have been in the All-Star game. He gets postseason MVP after a 375 7-home run postseason. I mean, he was just on a tear. So that will do it here for the New Orleans Kings franchise. I appreciate all of you guys rocking with me from the beginning. And if you are not new to my channel, you know I started playing MLB Show on this channel in 2017. So it's been 4 MLB The Shows since I've won a World Series. This is the first ever World Series. I've won Madden Super Bowls. I've won NCAA championships. This is the first ever World Series in MLB The Show. It's been quite the journey. I appreciate all of you guys supporting this series. And trust me, we will be back for future MLB The Shows. But here in MLB The Show 20, we are the 2023 World Champions. Hit subscribe, hit that like button, See you guys later. Thank you so much for the support. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I've been working hard for a minute. The ones who don't deserve it seem to be the ones that get it. The ones who speak the truth never get the recognition, but the ones that act foolish seem to get all the attention. It don't matter though. Yeah. Hey, it don't even matter though. No. Hey, it don't even matter.